Everyone, this is MEGACOMRADE. As you can see, today's date is Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. Today is a D-Day. You know what I'm saying? Today is the day they're going to inaugurate a new president of the United States. Like I told you, that President Donald J. Trump is going to leave. A lot of people were calling me a lot such of name. I told you, if he don't leave, he's only going to take one police officer to escort him out of the White House by 12 noon today. But thank God he's leaving. This is not Africa. This is not Nigeria. This is not Zimbabwe or whatever. This is not China. This is America, where democracy flourish. If any man come to the White House and you think you can do whatever you want to do, we will vote you out of power just like we did. And I'm happy my party have won, who I supported, incoming President Joseph Biden and Kamala Harris. You know, I'm really excited. Today I would have been in Washington, D.C. Unfortunately, they said they're going to do in a virtual inauguration. You know, we all have they send every strong member or supporter a link and a code that we are going to use to join. We're going to watch like a party. You know, everyone is going to log in where all the strong supporters will be watching. Look at the disgraced president. Look at him. Disgraced President Trump. Look at him.
President and First Lady of the United States, Donald J. Trump and Melania Trump.
Walking the walk of shame. He is walking the walk of shame. Look at him. Look at him. Walking the walk of shame. Walking the walk of shame. He should have left as a hero, but he decided to live as a coward. Look at him, walking the walk of shame. You can see it all over his face. Look at this, is all he wanted. He wanted 21 gun salute. Who does that? A dictator. You know what I'm saying? He got everything he wants because he's the president. He still command the military and the armed forces, everyone. So in about a few hours, it's going to be over for him forever. I believe so. He wanted to become Kim Jong-un, Xi Jinping, whatever they call him, of China. He wanted to turn America into what the founding father did not want it. Look at him. He's gone. Goodbye. Forever. Go with your lies. Every goddamn day he lie. You know, I'm going to be on live video very soon. Now he's walking the walk of shame. Look at him. What is he going to talk about?
Thank you very much. And we love you. And I can tell you that from the bottom of my heart.
You don't have a heart.
This has been an incredible 4 years. We've accomplished so much together. I want to thank all of my family and my friends and my staff and so many other people for being here. I want to thank you for your effort, your hard work. People have no idea how hard this family worked. They worked, and they worked for you.
Look at them. Ivanka,
had a much easier life,
Donald Trump, and the others. Krishna is there as well. Eric Jr., Eric Trump.
But it's been
look at them. It's a corrupt family.
Very special. We've accomplished a lot.
Corrupt
Our
family.
First Lady has been a woman of great grace and beauty and dignity. And so popular with the people. So popular with the people. In fact, honey, would you like to say a few words?
Being your First Lady was my greatest honor. Thank you for your love and your support. You will be in my thoughts and prayers. God bless you all. God bless your families. And God bless this beautiful nation. Thank you.
You wanted to destroy your husband.
What else has to be said, right? But what we've done, that's true. Great
just get the hell out.
What we've done
no,
has been
we don't want you.
Amazing by any standard.
I used to support him
we rebuilt the United
until he
States
became a dictator.
We created a new force called Space Force. That in itself would be a major achievement.
That's fine.
For a regular administration. We were not a regular administration. We took care of the vets, 91% approval rating. They've never had that before. The vets have given us, the VA, the vets have given us an approval rating like has never been before. We took care of our vets and our beautiful vets. They were very badly treated before we came along. And as you know, we get them great service and we pick up the bill and they can go out and they can see a doctor if they have to wait long periods of time.
Here we go.
We got it so that we can sadly get rid of people that don't treat our vets properly. We didn't have any of those rights before when I came on, so our vets are happy, our people are happy, our military is thrilled. We also got tax cuts, the largest tax cut reform in the history of our country by far.
For your rich, fat cats.
I hope they don't raise your taxes. But if they do, I told you so.
Okuta, well, yeah, how are you?
And if you look at the regulations, which I consider the regulation cuts,
if this man were to be in Africa, he would not leave power.
Such good and have had
he would have stayed forever.
Job numbers. The job numbers have been absolutely incredible.
No.
When we started, had we not been hit by the pandemic,
okay, thank God.
We would have had
Trump
numbers
pandemic
that would never have been seen. Already, our numbers are the best ever. If you look at what happened until February a year ago, our numbers were at a level that nobody had ever seen before. And even now, we really built it twice. We got hit. Nobody blames us for that. The whole world got hit, and then we built it again.
To be a
and now the stock market is actually
want to stay in the office by force.
higher than it was at its higher point prior to the pandemic.
I see you, Abudu. So you have every right. It's freedom, people freedom movement platform. And, you can say whatever you want, as far as it's constructive. Congratulations, your president is leaving. My own is coming. My own will be sworn in very soon. Abudu King, President Trump's son. God bless you.
And
I love you too.
When you see these things happening, if you would remember us, because
I love you, President Trump.
I'm looking at
Abudu King, that is President Trump's son.
Of our economy that are set to be
I don't want to listen to his crap. Let's go. Everywhere they are covering it, we know that. Here is fast news. Watch.
Economy in the world, and as bad as the pandemic was, we were hit so hard, just like the entire world was hit so hard.
Yes, another China, they are covering it. We know that.
Got away with it, didn't get away with it. They're
look at it everywhere. Watch.
Away with it right now. We did something that is really considered a medical miracle. They're calling it a miracle.
Here we go. They have started lying again.
We got the
vaccine that I didn't take, vaccine that I did not take. Everyone asked me not to take it. He's calling it a miracle. He's a liar.
Many years to develop a vaccine. We have 2 out.
A liar. Rush vaccine.
Almost immediately, and it really is a great achievement. So you should start to see really good numbers over the next few months.
Here we go. Here we go. Why we didn't see it in your time? Why we did not see it? 400,000 plus people have died due to negligence, due to lack of leadership. 400,000 plus Americans, innocent Americans have died, President Trump. Talk about that.
In Florida, we're not going to be.
Go to Florida with alligator. Alligator is there. Snake is there.
You can't work harder.
I don't live in Florida. I don't want to go to Florida.
We went through the obstacles, and we just got 75 million votes, and that's a record in the history of sitting presidents. That's an all-time record by a lot, by many millions in the history of sitting presidents. It's been really just an honor. And one of the things we're very, very proud of is the selection of almost 300 federal judges and 3 great Supreme Court justices. That's a very big number. That's a record.
Yeah, Republicans are happy about that one.
And so we've done a lot, and there's
almost
still
300
things
judges,
to do.
Federal judges.
First
We did
thing we
it.
have
That's
to
true.
do is pay our respects and our love to the incredible people and families who suffered so gravely from the China virus.
Oh, you said China virus.
We all know where it came from, but it's a horrible, horrible thing. So be very careful. Be very, very careful. But we want to pay great love to all of the people that have suffered, including families who have suffered so gravely. So with that, I just want to say You are amazing people. This is a great, great country. It is my greatest honor and privilege to have been your president.
He did not get the crowd he wanted. Look at him. Oh, he's about to cry. Oh, this is the last day you are flying Air Force One. Oh, he's done. Oh, Abudu kid. Oh, come and carry your father. Come and carry your father. Look at all his criminal children. These are all criminals. They are all criminals. Founder of Maga terrorist group.
I will be watching. I will be listening. And I will tell you that the future of this country has never been better. I wish the new administration great luck and great success. I think they'll have great success. They have the foundation to do something.
Shut the fuck up. What foundation?
And again, we put it in a position like it's never been before.
Liar.
The worst plague to hit.
COVID-19, 400,000 people, 4,000 people dying every day. Washington D.C. Capitol insurrection, domestic terrorism. Is that the best place you put this country into, President Trump? Liar.
We love you.
We love you. Go to Florida. Go. Don't come back to Washington D.C. You try to destroy this democracy. Go. This is the reason why I'm in America.
Again, I want to just, in living, I want to thank our Vice President, Mike Pence, and Karen. I want to thank Congress because we really worked well with Congress, at least certain elements of Congress. But we really did. We've gotten so much done that nobody thought would be possible. But I do want to thank Congress. And I want to thank Congress. And I want to thank all of the great people of Washington, D.C., all of the people that we worked with to put this miracle together. So, have a good life. We will see you soon.
Oui.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. They have started playing music again. That's like a Jackie Chan. Well, they should show he should dance like a Jackie Chan. They have started his music. That is his favorite music. Abudu King, your father is good.
See you soon. A fitting end to the Trump presidency, a speech full of puffery and lies. Although, of course, with this president, it always could have been worse. There weren't the worst of his...
just to talk about...
1 second.
But we don't have to grade on a curve. It was an embarrassment that he did not even mention the name of his successor, Joe Biden. And the fact that he is making it all about himself and not about the country at all.
Not at all. And look, this is a president trying to write his own legacy, rewrite his own legacy, put it in the context.
I don't know why Kimberly, why Donald Trump Jr. dating Kimberly. Kimberly. How?
Not the least of which.
Fast News contributor Kimberly.
He talked about the fact that
Smelly Mark Kimberly. Who don't know Kimberly? Why is Donald Trump Jr. dating her?
That was the scientist.
Kimberly was nobody. She left her husband. She was a single mother. You know, she has no respect.
And people aren't getting it the way that they should be getting it. And that is in large part because of his...
Bye-bye. Nah. Hey, goodbye. I'm so excited. We have won. At least my president, the incoming president, Joseph Biden. Yeah. It's coming.
It is.
Nah. Hey, goodbye. Nah. La. Go. Your children never serve in the military. None of your children. You could not sacrifice one of your child to serve and protect and defend this great nation. But you want to reap what you did not sow, President Donald Trump. What did you sow in this country? Nothing. Not even a police officer. Your children, they are all millionaires.
from President
Fat
Trump.
Cat's family.
And that's just not the reality. He said, we put it in a position that it has never been before. And that's probably true, but just not in the way that he means. The economy
he put them in the bad
really
position.
Terrible state. People are dying every day.
Correct.
The vaccine isn't being distributed as efficiently as it should be. This is the reality that President Trump
is the last day you're going to ride this airplane. The last day forever and ever. Guess what? President Obama is going to be riding it with Joe Biden. Exactly. President Obama, he was destroying. He was, oh my God, this man. I told you, when you fall on the wrong side of MEGACOMRADE, that's it. I used to support him. He was my president.
The 45th President of the United States and First Lady Melania Trump waving goodbye to the country. He leaves with the lowest approval.
It's a great MEGACOMRADE, ERANOMIGHO. COVID-19 was only used to ousted him from office. Really? Is that what you believe? But he neglected it. He did not even care about COVID-19. That was the final straw. I said, that's it. I'm not going to support this man again. COVID-19. Do you know how COVID-19? Good. Our incoming president. Hey, go Joe. Go Joe. They said it will never be possible. They said we can't do it. We did it. Exactly. Where's the other my phone? Give me my phone. Let me bring the other my phone.
Because they actually were scheduled to leave a little earlier.
This is who. Look at it. Our code, you know.
Grace and class we have come
the
to
code that we use
they
to log in today.
Trump to have his moment. They are going to go
I send the
That's right. Despite
I'm not going to show
being
the
snubbed,
code. No.
despite having to endure a speech
I'm not going to show the
from
code.
the man
The
he
inauguration,
beat,
I'm only going to show them.
barely
You see this?
alluded to
But,
him and to
I
the
send the
challenges
area.
that
I send the area.
Joe Biden
See
will
it?
face.
You see it? You see it?
He
You see it?
obviously did
It's
the right
about
thing in
when
waiting.
later I will
And,
log in.
this is going
It
to
will
be
be Joe Biden,
Biden's
Democrat
day.
supporters.
This is, from here on
Will
out,
be there watching
I mean,
it virtual.
It was really kind of theatrical that we saw.
At least MEGACOMRADE
Donald Trump go up on
supported
that stage,
and
on
I
that
was
stairs
recognized
and exit
by the Democratic
as
Party.
Joe
I
Biden
wish
and Joe Biden
one of my
entered
children want
the
to do
screen.
politics here in
What
America
we're
now.
about to see as Joe Biden and Joe Biden go to church this morning is the dawn of a new era.
Correct.
New for the last 4 years, but it's almost
Bah, he coming oh, a lot beast oh, a beast look at Joe Biden is on the beast already. Wow.
Is going to go to church.
Wow.
In a storied cathedral that has a long history in
Unbelievable.
Washington,
Unbelievable.
with members of Congress.
Another brand new beast. Wow. God bless America.
Normalcy this morning.
I say God
as
bless
one
America.
era
Everybody
ends
should
and
tap
another
in, man.
begins.
God bless
it's a
America.
symbolic thing, but I do think that
This
it
plane,
is-
there's
it really
another
speaks to, at the
extra
core,
two,
what Joe
many
Biden
Air Force planes is very
about
many.
and what he wants
There's
to
another
do,
brand new
and what
one
he wants to do
that
to
is already in
bring
a
things back,
joint
to
base,
normal,
Andrew
bring
Air
the
Force
temperature
Base,
down a little
Andrew
bit,
Air Force Base,
and you know it's
that
not
Joe
a
Biden is going to be
show
using. This one, he might not even use it.
As we wait,
This one is just going to be
for,
extra.
President-elect Biden to go to the Cathedral of St. Matthew, the Apostle.
Too many planes. They have more than a lot of it.
John Bolton, who was President Trump's national
A
security
lot of it.
advisor. Mr. Bolton, Ambassador Bolton, thanks so much for joining us. What was your reaction to what you heard from outgoing President Trump there?
Where is China coming?
Well, I don't,
Who told you China
I
is
don't think
coming?
it varies much from what he said.
Who
for
told
the
you
past
China is
couple months.
coming?
I think it falls
If
into
China
the
come here,
category
we
of
will
it could have been worse, like
not
much of his
allow it.
administration.
China
But I
is the
think it
problem of the world.
underlines, something
Why
that
would
listened to a lot
everybody
of television
be
this
supporting a
morning.
country
A lot of the president's critics,
one
and a
man
lot of
just
the
make
president's
himself as
supporters
live president? That is
haven't
China.
yet appreciated.
The president of China
supporters
just
not
make himself
really
live
believing
president.
that
Imagine
part.
that.
The critics been
That is what they want to
unwilling
bring to
give up
Africa.
the fund they've
That
had
is
for
what
the
they
past
want
4
China
years.
to control the
I
whole
don't take
world.
second chair to anybody in being a critic. I wrote a 500-page book about him. But the fact is,
China has been fighting
that
America.
at noon, in
For a
just
long
little
time, they
over
want to
3
be number
hours,
one
he will go
superpower.
from
They
sitting
want to
in the most
become number
powerful
one.
office in
They
the
already
world,
surpassed
the Oval
Russia
Office, to sitting
in
by the
economic,
swimming
not
pool
in
at Mar-a-Lago.
military.
We are about to
They are
see
still
a
number
change
3 in
of
military.
incalculable dimensions. And for those who still just
no power
have to
lasts
cover
forever. We
Donald
know one
Trump
day
because they've done it for 4 years.
one
really
country
get
is
over,
going to
if you're
emerge
gonna
as
waste your
number
time
one,
on
but
that,
not China.
you're
We
gonna
don't
miss
want
a lot of
China
what's
to become
happening,
number one.
that really affects the future of the country. This
But
is
they're already
about
controlling
change.
Africa.
Donald
China is
Trump's-
everywhere. This is the incoming
You
president
can go ahead and
convoy.
finish your thought.
I'm finished.
Oh,
Okay, Ambassador Bolton, I'm so sorry. We have to break in there just because the suit. I guess it's the president-elect motorcade is arriving at the Cathedral
Wow.
of St. Matthew, the Apostle.
by the way, like Mawaya change,
where
Barbara. This is how
President
life
Biden,
change.
becoming
From nowhere
First
to
Lady,
somebody.
Jill Biden,
From grass to grace.
and a bipartisan
That one live from grace to
delegation,
grass.
leaders of Congress, including the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, the Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, although those roles are about to change, where Schumer will become the Majority Leader and McConnell the
Sure,
Minority
video
Leader, as well as Speaker Nancy Pelosi and House Republican Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy and their spouses will attend Mass.
All African people should be alert. China is coming to take over Africa. China, don't forget,
Washington, D.C.
And we're used to seeing presidents go.
China president
right next
is
to
a
the White
dictator.
House, maybe even walk over to St.
China
John's,
president is a
sometimes to
dictator.
St.
Don't
John's,
forget, they are coming to
Episcopal
take over
Church,
Africa.
Which has
Do not sell your
historically
land for
been
Chinese.
the, church
Don't.
for
They are
Presidents
1.4 billion
Roosevelt,
population.
Truman, Reagan, George
They
H.
can
W.
run all over
George
any
W.
country.
Bush, Obama,
God has
and
blessed America.
President
America
Trump
is only
right there.
350
As we
million.
were talking
You can
about,
imagine that.
Joe
Yet,
Biden is
God
the
Almighty
second
anointed
Catholic-
America.
will be the second Catholic
You know,
president
let's listen,
in
look at them.
American history. There you see members of his family going up into the cathedral, and St. Matthew's Cathedral is one of the
This is
most
the real Christian. The real
remarkable
Christian. You know.
buildings if you've ever been inside. Just
can't
a
judge anyone
gorgeous,
anyway.
gorgeous cathedral, and it is the home of so many historical moments in presidential history, in American history, not the least of which the funeral mass for President John F. Kennedy was there on November 25th, 1963.
It's not surprising watching Joe Biden in the public eye this past year. You see him attending church at major moments of inflection for him, going to Mass very frequently during the campaign on big days. And so this is no different from that. But it is, as you noted, Dana, part of a long tradition of presidents attending church services on the morning of their inauguration. And again, this morning, who he is attending with is particularly important for this country, for Washington, D.C., just 2 weeks to the day after Capitol Hill was attacked. And those same members of Congress that we'll see today were inside that building that was under siege. Jake was speaking just this morning to a Biden aide about Kevin McCarthy,
President Trump,
the Republican leader who will be there today, who was one of the people who spoke about election fraud and peddling lies, still deciding to show up here this morning. I think the Biden team is making a clear statement that this is not about forgiving and forgetting necessarily, but about showing a path forward for governance and what that can look like in this new era.
Yeah, and McCarthy himself is trying to rewrite history by pretending he wasn't part of it, and his remarks the other day.
He's a part of it.
It's not the American way to pretend that Biden isn't legitimate, even though he had been among the leaders of those pretending that Biden was not legitimate.
Correct.
Jake, as we watch Joe Biden and the future First Lady in this church, Evan Osnos, for this president, faith is something which is very real, a very real part of his life. This is not a photo op for the cameras.
No, this is at the core of who he is. You know, he has often said if he didn't go into politics, he would have been a priest. And, you know, that church is a landmark in political history. It is, of course, the place where John F. Kennedy was memorialized. We all remember that image of his son, JFK Jr., just 3 years old. It was his third birthday, waving on the steps of that church. And it was John F. Kennedy, in fact, the first Roman Catholic president who inspired Joe Biden to go into politics at all. He was a senior in high school when Kennedy was inaugurated, and you follow that forward to today. And I think there is a power in the ritual. You know, Joe Biden is a big believer in ritual. It's part of his faith. It's part of his family life. You know, every year they go to the same places for Thanksgiving. They
see what I'm
make
saying?
sandwiches.
Joe Biden, God bless you.
Those are the
the new administration was poised for success and that he wished that they would have that success. Didn't expect that. Glad to hear it. And hopefully that's the last thing he's going to tell me.
Loza is living.
As we started our broadcast and we talked about the transition of power here, we said we doubted that President Trump could leave a graceful letter for Joe Biden, but we're now hearing from the White House press shop that President Trump did in fact write a letter and leave it on the Resolute desk for the incoming President Joe Biden. We don't have details of what he wrote, but he did leave a letter. He didn't mention his name in those remarks there at Joint Base Andrews, as we see Air Force One in live pictures taxiing to take off and to take the president down to Palm Beach for his final ride on Air Force One. But as you watch, Jonathan, and we've reconnected with you now, the president's final rally, if you can call it that, it was a small group assembled there. You've watched so many of them. You've been at so many of them. They led to his rise. They brought him to the presidency in many ways. What did you make of his last one?
Well, first, Willie, I'll note that as a sign of how tight the security is in Washington right now, the Biden motorcade went by where I'm sitting currently. That's why my connection dropped, because Secret Service jammed signals when a president was elect is in transit today. As far as President Trump, you were right. There was a note of graciousness.
You heard that? They jumped the signal. When the president is passing where you are, the whole system will drop. America, no God.
To have that one last rally. It'll be interesting to see how he can remain relevant without his Twitter account. And
you heard that?
Another Senate impeachment trial.
Not be INSURRECTION talking about, not be MEGACOMRADE. You hear that? So when the president motorcade were passing where he is, the system jammed.
The president left it in a way that was in some ways more optimistic than
America is the greatest country on earth.
The next administration
the
will.
greatest.
The thing that was true is
I mean, when I get America, yeah, what to me, man. When I die, they will bury me.
He also said that he felt like he had tried his best, that he had done everything he needed to do. And I think what the president in some ways is explaining there is the fact that even in his own way, he felt like he was doing what he thought was right. And that, I think, will be the Trump legacy in some ways, even as he upended Washington and even as he encouraged this mob to attack our Capitol. I also think it's a bit poetic as I watch the Air Force One go away. He started his political career questioning the birthplace of the first black president. He is leaving Washington as a black South Asian woman is coming to the White House. That tells me that even as President Trump caused chaos, caused controversy, that America stood, and democracy stood, and that there is a better future on the other end of this.
And Willie, here we are at 8:59 a.m. We are watching Air Force One with the 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump, leave Washington, D.C. as President of the United States for the last time.
Last time.
The wheels of Air Force One have left the ground. And Washington, D.C., in 3 hours from right now, will be President Joe Biden's town. Donald Trump leaving for Mar-a-Lago with his wife and children. Willie?
With those wheels up, a welcome sight for many Americans. President Trump is leaving Washington. His presidency is over officially 3 hours from this moment.
And Joe Biden is at St. Matthew's Cathedral. My brother, Ambassador Mark Brzezinski, reminds me that's where my father had his funeral. So bipartisan. President Carter, Richard Lugar, H.R. McMaster, Madeleine Albright were all there, and says that's the kind of bipartisanship Joe Biden will cultivate. We'll be watching as everything plays out today. We're going to hop over to Peacock to lead the coverage of the swearing-in ceremony. Joe, Willie, and I will be there starting at 10 a.m. For now, stay with MSNBC.
Leaving the White House earlier today and now heading to Florida. He should touch down in Palm Beach in about 2 hours and 30 minutes from now. And that's
Fast News contributed to all this problem. This channel, Fast News. They are the problem.
Inside St. Matthew's Cathedral now, where
Fast News.
Joe Biden and his family now
they contributed to all this mess. The downfall of President Trump, Fast News contributed to it. Now they are running away.
This inauguration is. You think
Sean
about this
Hannity
during a pandemic and COVID times,
and others.
Over the 6 inaugurations I've covered, every time we show up here, there are tens of thousands of people.
McKenna, whatever they call it.
There are tens of thousands of trying to clear security.
They contributed to all this mess.
No one here today And in the assembly behind me, you see sets of 3 chairs here and 3 chairs.
My home is good, though. Kenny, as you can see, we are enjoying it. We won. My entire family supported Joseph Biden, Kamala Harris. We won.
On behalf of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. It is a very,
we are really excited.
It is, and also just the feeling in the city. Right, there's usually a buzz and there's excitement and there's going to be,
You know what? I'm going to show you all how President Trump left the White House. I want you all to watch. Watch.
Instead of people, they have planted
I recorded it.
Flags, American flags. It is
just
quite
watch.
a beautiful sight, Bill. I do think that they did a nice job with that. But they weren't going to be able to have people here. They had them represented by.
Watch, this is how he left. Watch, let me show you how he left the White House. I'm going to show you, or let me forward it. You can see that was the White House. Hold on. This is Joseph Biden inauguration stage. I'm going to forward it. I'm forwarding it. I want you all to watch. Okay. I want you all to watch. This is when Marine One was coming.
Going to have a ceremony at Joint
This is when Marine One was coming to pick him up.
8:20, we're being told, and then he is going to get on Air Force One and depart for Florida. So we'll continue to watch this. Tom,
rewind.
How's he doing?
This is when Marine One touched down at the White House.
He's a strong man. I don't know.
This is fast news. You can hear that they are calling him a strong man. You see that? You see that? They help bring him down. Fast news. They have brought President Trump down. This is when Marine One came to the White House. Okay, let me show you when the disgraced president was living. Disgraced President Trump. When he was living, I'm going to show you all. As he came out, I will show you all. Right now, you can see MEGACOMRADE on a rewind mode. Today's date is Wednesday, January 20th, 2021, the inauguration day of President Joseph Biden. That is it. MEGACOMRADE supported him. And I'm excited. My entire family supported him. And we won. Very soon you're going to be seeing those that did not support us. They will not be joining us. As soon as the COVID-19 pandemic reduces, I will be heading to Washington, D.C.
Everyone usually has to kind of find their way around a new house, a new job. How much do you expect Joe Biden to hit the ground running?
He's going to hit it running because you already know
I
it.
think that his that they are.
Okay, let's go. Let me forward it more. As you can see. As you can see, let's see when this loser were coming. Look at him.
Very well, and to root for the new one, at least to give him a chance.
This was
to see what he can do to
8:12 a.m. in Washington, D.C., 7:12 a.m. in Dallas, Texas, Chicago time.
Wishes to the Biden administration, says he was praying for them, praying for their success. And
they're zooming in.
They're coming out now. They're zooming in. Let's see.
Let's just listen.
This is this morning at the White House. The final day when he was leaving his White House, they will never come back to this White House. Well, you never say never, but I'm saying it. The chaos and his group, the insurrectional group that create chaos in Washington, D.C.
We do not have a microphone there, but you could see how the president turned. And
so that finally sealed
pointing at the White House, probably talking about that.
Sealed his political career. He damaged his political career.
He was talking to the assembled press members, and as you can see,
the insurrection that took place in Washington, D.C., January 6, 2021, completely destroy and seal the fate of President Donald Trump's political career. This is how he left.
We're expecting there a ceremony to take place, and at that time we should hear from the
That is the ceremony you just watched.
as President of the United States.
Let the whole world see this video. to see that no man is an island. If you think you're more powerful because you are a president, you don't want to leave power, this is how you live. You live in disgrace. It's not going to attend the inauguration.
And Dana,
because he's a loser, so loser.
It takes a couple of minutes to get things
so
going.
Loser.
And now some of the support staff's going to go in through the back door of Marine One. What's different about this particular transfer of power is that because the president is...
Destiny, I went over there yesterday. I'm going to call you later. They said they cannot track it anymore. That it's more than it's a long time, so it's out of their system. So we lost it. So I will call you later.
Pocket is this card called the Biscuit, which has the codes and it can activate it. Because the president is flying to...
He refused to drop the nuclear code card. He's going to Florida with the nuclear code card. He's the first president that did not transfer the card to his successor. So what they did,
they say
at 12 o'clock, they will deactivate his nuclear...
okay. Deactivate at noon, and then Joe Biden's just kicks in.
Okay, you heard it. Listen again.
We'll get the card as well. So
listen.
First time, I think.
First time.
To Palm Beach, they're actually going to activate at high noon a separate nuclear football. They're going to have that on the west front of the Capitol, and Joe Biden will get the card as well. So this is first time, I think. They say they figured it all out, and essentially the card that the president has in his pocket is going to deactivate at noon, and then Joe Biden's just kicks in. So that's just one of the other things making this a different kind of inauguration, Dan.
And you see the United States Marine there. He is boarding Marine One, pulling the door
took
behind
the American
him,
property along with himself.
And they will be off in just a moment.
That nuclear card, nuclear code card, they're going to return it, or he will be arrested. He would be arrested.
It is important that
they're going to
America
return
be
it.
protected and safe at all times. That includes.
It belongs
of
to
course,
us.
the current commander-in-chief.
We own that card. The nuclear code card. It belongs to all of us. We the American people. We want that card back ASAP.
That's the residence for
even if they're going to deactivate it, we want it.
It's also where President
it's not a dictator. It's not a king. Americans don't worship king or dictator. We worship the Constitution of the Almighty United States. We don't have king. That is what we fought for. We don't want king in this country. I am the only king of innocent poor citizens in America.
But the way the schedule's set up,
you are laughing at me.
At the same
I am the only one.
Gaga sings the national anthem here in the steps of the West Capitol. We'll see.
Please call me. Why will I call you? Some people are funny. Why will I call you? What? Give me a reason why I should call you. For what? President Oga? Eat you well. Why we pardon? We delete your number wherever.
That's about the same time.
You are advertising your number.
We will see Joe and Joe Biden.
Well, give me a reason why we call you.
House, and then drive about 6 blocks north to Catholic Church Cathedral of St. Matthew.
Why do you want to go at all? None of the respect for people. Just leave a phone number. Call me.
The incoming president to spend time in church.
He called you with me.
The church across Lafayette Park. Steve, you'd be quite amazed to see the condition of that park, that church, and that night where the rioters set fire.
When I was supporting Joe Biden, I did this secretly, openly in America, secret to many people because I know how they are. If they would have known that I'm supporting Joe Biden, they would have rushed. They would come and spoil it.
That's right up on Rhode Island.
They'll come and spoil it.
Let's take a look. Here he goes, leaving the White House. On Marine One, next stop, Joint Base Andrews.
Why will I call him? Bad luck people. They will say ERANOMIGHO, if he support person, he not going to win. See him now. They want to swap my person in. Idiot people. All victory that I have now, you want me to call you because I have victory in America? Really? Why you not say me I call you for Isaiah Yamu court? Thank you, my brother. We remove Trump. We remove him. We chase him out. In my way. My money, my sweat, my time. Remove her from office. Me, ERANOMIGHO. You where you are, they take and knock my chest for it. Look at him. This is how he went to Andrew Air Force Base. Let's go to the live TV now. I just want you all to see it. See, never in history. All these things that he's doing. Nonsense.
Different that is from 2016, where there were so many negative or unfavorable views, not only of Donald Trump as he took inauguration, but you think back to Hillary Clinton, who also had some very strong negative views about her. At this moment, Joe Biden comes in with a sense, I would describe it as a wellspring of goodwill. You know, people who might not even be fully on board saying, I'm willing to give him a chance. That would be an added 24% of Americans. So that indicates, again, the power of this moment, Inauguration Day in America.
And Katie Pavlich, I'm going to ask the control room, do we have the sound of President Trump wishing the Bidens well? Because that might give us a sense of
we don't want to hear that sound. Go, fast news.
The world is watching this. The United States is rejoining the Paris Climate Accords, showing again respect for the NATO and other allies around the world. On this page-turning day, the economy is bleeding.
When you tap my name in the Democratic database system, just tap my name. When you tap my name in it, it will bring MEGACOMRADE ERANOMIGHO.
By a president of the United States that has
is your name in the system? On that tower now. Anywhere in the system now. Exactly. Is your name in the system as a President Joseph Biden supporter? No. It's few of us, maybe it's a couple of millions of Americans, some good Nigerians. Can you imagine? Nigeria is the most black populated country in the world. This administration is the first administration that Nigeria, almost 30 Nigeria will recognize. They are in the cabinet. And that is the administration I supported. You people are not thanking me for it.
We're going to follow Joe Biden as he leaves church.
Okay, I love you. I'm going to be back on air. So I'm going to be back on air. Stay tuned. Watch me on YouTube and Facebook. We are waiting for the inauguration of Joseph Biden.
The inauguration of Joe Biden.
Thank you. I love you.
Brought to you by Cisco.